Hello, good morning, and welcome to the SSF Romcast. I am, as always, the lovely Jessica, and joined by my even lovelier co-host,
Emma. Hello.
Hey. So we are here bringing you already episode 3. What is going on with that?
Like that halfway, because there's only 6. We get to halfway like really quick, don't we?
Yeah.
But then sometimes it feels around episode 5. Oh my God, I need to read some different books
Yeah.
now.
We've been going for so long.
Yeah. But we get there. It's fun.
We always do. It's all good. Well, we keep coming back, so we must be doing something.
Yeah. I keep dragging you back in.
Yeah, you come back in. Come join me.
Are we
Just
gonna
one more
season?
Just one more. So good. So yeah, we are here. We have a lovely book for you, which is it's Ghost by Cat Blackthorne.
Cat Blackthorne.
It is,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're linking it to last week's episode, which was Symphony for a Deadly Throne with Masquerade as a sort of feature in both.
Yes.
Right, I'm going to read a blurb. I did ask for a shorter blurb this time, and I think it kind of is, but we'll see how it goes.
But is it though?
Okay. Ash Grove is a fine place to die. Amy's. I wanted to shake her and scream, "You don't have to be afraid anymore, you have me." And then chain her to my bed and yell, "You should be very afraid now that you have me." I inhabited a form that was what every legend and dark tale warned little girls like her about. Spoiler, she's not actually a little girl, by the way. She is an adult.
She's a grown.
It's fine. I'd slaughtered 1,000 times over, and I'd do so 1,000 more. But the worst thing I'd ever do would be what I did to her. Blythe. If I kept running, I wouldn't break. If I kept hiding, I wouldn't cry. If I kept moving, he wouldn't find me. Running from an impossible evil landed me between the claws of something ancient and horrifying. I went to the masquerade as a fox. How ironic, because I didn't feel clever, sly, or brave. I was a wounded rabbit waiting for teeth, and more than one set of fangs found me. The worst part of all, I liked it.
That's not the worst part. That's the best part.
Because I copied and pasted this off of online. There's actually a typo in that blurb. If kept running was how it started. It really nearly threw me at the beginning.
Kept running.
So if the author is listening, you might want to go and change that.
Just have a look at that.
But, cool. Right, easily done. Believe me.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
We're going through that right now. It's all good.
Exactly.
But yes. Let's get into this darkness then.
Let's go.
So we have a book.
We do. Yeah. We have Ghost.
Yes.
We're going to start telling you a bit about the plot of it.
Yes.
That's the part that we're supposed to be doing now.
This is the podcast, yeah, the talking of the books.
Yep.
So I will put out, because I read the first chapter and I was like, oh God, this is not great. Spoilers for this. So go and we said it loads of times before, but make sure if you want to listen about the book, go and get the spoilers from the book beforehand.
Yeah.
Because this one was quite a big, lots of things thrown around with.
Like content warnings talking about and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yes. This is this is a dark one. I would say it's like more dark romance.
Yes.
Okay? Yeah, definitely. Oh look, I've frozen again. Come back. I look like I'm contemplating something. There we go. Oh no, don't keep freezing. It was all fine when we're chatting,
chatting about
recording for the podcast, and now we're back.
Would you like to start again?
I don't know. Nah.
All right, if it does it third time lucky, will we do?
Yeah.
But so there are domestic abuse and violence and suicide and lots of things. So go and check. Spoilers, triggers is what you should be looking for.
And literally, she's triggered in the very first
straight
chapter.
Into it.
Yeah.
So we have Blythe, who is basically running to see her therapist because of lots of past issues, and there's a phone that rings somewhere. I think she's in a diner, is she? And it just sparks it off. It triggers her. So she's going to see her therapist, and they're not there, unfortunately. She tries to phone, she tries to get in, does all these bits and pieces, but there is another there, Dr. Cove, who kind of Dr. Co. Hello, sir. You know where my mind's going. Who lets her on the couch and discusses bits
he
and
just
pieces
comes
with
out
her.
all very friendly, all very nice. Oh, don't
Yes.
worry, my last appointment cancelled. I'll see her. She turns around and it's this tall, dark hair.
handsome. And she's like, he's got the geeky glasses on, and it's like, they're not geeky, they're so good.
Yeah.
Yes, come on.
It's not even a thing now. I don't know why we even bother with that saying, oh, but you guys, no, we all know.
No, we
They're
know.
like, glasses.
Yes.
They're chic.
Yeah, new world. So yeah, we do learn that she's gone through a lot of rubbish in her past. So her mum died, apparent suicide, but her stepdad is just this nasty piece of work, and she's pretty sure that he orchestrated all this stuff and killed her mum, basically.
Yeah.
And then so when she was there, she kind of left, dogged him into the police for other things because there was no tangible proof, and he got put in prison. But somehow from prison he seems to be able to find her. So everywhere she goes, a blank letter starts appearing, and obviously, as you would, it's awful. So she runs from place to place to place and ends up in Ashgrove and speaking to the lovely Dr. Cove.
Yeah, and so he kind of talks her down from her panic attack, and then suggests that to take her mind off things, she should attend or look into it, the whole like Halloween festival they have. So all throughout October, a bit like you and me celebrating Halloween.
All
out for it in this town.
If there's a place that I would live for a month a year, it would be here.
Yeah. Some things aside, but I don't know, maybe you'd like that. And like everybody goes, and they go in costume so that you don't know who they are. And it's just to let their hair down. Some people disapprove of it, some don't. But he suggests this to her, and she thinks that's a bit weird, but I can see it actually. If you're young and you wanted to, like, you're stressed, going and having a dance. And
it does relieve something, doesn't it? It's going out, having a bit of fun. And the mask thing, I think, does work. You can kind of have a different persona. So same as with the last book.
Thing?
No, I've been to places where people have dressed up.
Was that skirting too close? It could have been a really dangerous conversation we could have got into there.
There were
I was
many...
just meaning like a ball or a Halloween party.
No, I've never been to anything so upmarket as a masked ball. No, it was a lot dingier than that. But people were dressed up and they had faces on, and it was fun. But it's like when you put on a different outfit, you put on like a ball gown, and you are that different person. I can kind of get it. But I can also get her point of view of, you want me to go out and get drunk every night and party when I've got all of this stress here and somebody who's stalking me?
And he's asked her about, like, whether or not she's been to the police about him tracking her down. And she says she's tried that and nothing
What
happened.
did they say?
Yeah. You just get him sent a letter. And let's be fair, sadly, that is probably what would happen.
Yeah.
They've not actually done anything yet.
Well, Well, this is it. It's a blank letter every time, which I think is kind of more scary, but there's no threats, there's no anything. It's just...
Did you watch Fringe ever?
No, I have. I was told by many people to do so. It
was cool. I really enjoyed Fringe until the last season. Didn't really count that one. One of the characters in that has a similar dynamic, an abusive stepfather, and every year on her birthday, she just received like a blank birthday card, and it was from him. He was still out there.
Yes. But so that is where we're at with her, and she kind of heads out and tries to deal with it as best she can. And then we go into his POV, and he is Amy's in Amy's. That's what we're going with.
Ghost.
He is Amy's / ghost. That's what we'll do going forward. Basically, he kind of goes really, really dark in the first bit, and he's like...
So, I have a question for you. He comes out, and he's like, we found one.
I found one. Full of fear and anxiety and all of those delicious tasting horrible emotions. You've got to call me mates.
So he obviously reveals in his point of view that he has killed like
many.
serial killer.
Yeah.
Now, are you supposed to, because this is what I felt, are you supposed to believe that he's intending her to be the victim?
So I think that's how it's sold at the beginning. Yes, that
Okay,
he
good.
is. Yeah,
Because I felt like later on when I read it, I was like, oh, did I just get that wrong? Was I just
no,
like reading
yes,
this wrong, or was that the way you were sort of led and then it
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's
So
kind of
hang in there if you're worried.
yeah. It's so when we had good dirty and bad dirty in other books, this is good serial killer, bad serial killer.
Yeah,
This
I
is
mean, I'm
good serial
sure
killer.
we've come across that before in the podcast as well.
Yeah, every other week, I think.
Pestilence, mass murder.
Oh God, so many.
Apocalypse.
So yeah,
There's a theme. I think that was yeah. Books you suggested, Jess, tend to feature serial killers, but good serial
good
killers.
serial killers. Yeah, it's kind of, it's like a Dexter moment, you know. It's kind of, if you can do it in a book, you don't have to then question the morality of standing there with a weapon of choice, wanting to kill these bad people. They can do it on telly, and you can kind of go, oh, like the ghost. He's having his moment. It's the case of, I need to kill. I haven't killed for a while. I can kill the bad people. But yes, at this point, you think he's after her, and he goes to find his friends to let
Gives
them know all
calls,
about it. Yeah. Well, you know, serial killing is obviously like a romancy kind of thing together. I don't know.
Yeah,
I've never killed with friends.
The Halloween boys.
That's what
they're called, isn't it? For the series. And like and to dig in more of that, he goes to get some surveillance stuff. It's a very Christian Grey moment. He's sort of getting his creepy cameras and stuff.
Yeah, his little blue flashing lights and his goggles.
That's it. And but then he also goes to a shop, doesn't he? A clothes shop. You remember that bit?
No.
No, the costume shop.
Does he go to that first? I thought she did.
He goes first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Run by the witches. Who aren't really witches. So it's very...
They are.
So she's kind of coming from outside, and you kind of learn that when she goes from place to place, everybody's been there for a long time, all the families and descendants.
Yeah.
And the more you read through the book, the more you realise that they've all been there for quite a long time.
Yeah, but some of them don't remember. Some of them are like originals, and they kind of talk about it a bit as though who the town lets in and who it won't and stuff. So there's a lot of mysteries.
It's a tricksy town.
Yeah.
But yes, so he goes to the shop. Why does he go to the shop, Emma?
You don't know this bit where he goes. But they don't actually show you in the thing, but you find out later he has a strange request of it's the granddaughter of the woman who owns it, isn't it? And when Blythe goes to the shop later, she tells her that there's like this special tourism fund for people getting
to
costumes.
save money. Yes, I remember.
So he's put some money in the till so she can get costumes because she's not got.
Well, it's 31 days. You need a lot of costumes for that every night.
You do. I mean, I suppose the thing was, it seemed like you kind of pick a character that you're going to be. But I mean, you know, if you're wearing a foxy leotard, too much.
You can't really wear that more than once or twice.
No, it's got to go through the wash. You've got to have an alternative costume there. Yeah. Definitely.
You need like Gok Wang coming in and going, that jacket will definitely work with those stilettos.
Exactly. That's it. Mix and match. Combination wardrobe.
Yes. So so he kind of does all that, and he goes to meet his friends. So he has 3 friends who are kind of like, they class themselves as brothers because they've been together for a long time. And we have Wolfgang. We have
Jack.
Wolfgang Jack. We have Onyx. And we have Judas. And
they do. I was going to do it. Don't do it. Right.
You can gargle along at home if you wish.
Gargoyle.
We'll get into fan casting and stuff later and give their other alternative names and stuff. And they basically they are all in the same boat. They all have this pent up thing, and they need to get this emotion out. So they just have a massive old scrap.
Yeah.
And just try and
Yeah, they meet in like this dilapidated building.
Yeah.
I think it might have been an old church or something, but maybe that comes later. Yeah, and they've got to have a good old fisticuffs
Mm.
before they can sit down and just have a chat about, oh, okay, I've sent you
Yeah.
a file. We've got a
Yes.
potential
Oh,
project here.
file.
Yeah, that's it.
That is the scary bit, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because he is a therapist. He has all of the
yeah,
details, you know,
yeah,
all of your
yeah.
deepest, darkest you're sharing with this dude, and he's kind of,
hmm
yeah, wiki
And
leaking them.
yeah, I think by that point you start to get a bit more of the hint that it's not her they're looking to
Yes.
target, it's more the stepfather. They're
Yes.
wondering if
The
the
energy
town will let
that's,
the stepfather in if he's on her trail and stuff
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
So yeah, and we jump back and forth a little bit with the characters. So she's rushed in and she works in this little like Indian restaurant place, and
Mm-hmm.
she's staying in, I think it's very
Oh,
American, so it's kind of
yeah.
like a, is it like an outside building or is it
I don't know,
underneath
she's in the
kind of,
basement of
yeah,
like a kind of an old townhouse, what you
yeah,
would picture as like a Victorian house. So you can quite often you get outside entrances to those, don't you? And then yeah, with what is it? Old Man Moore or something like that.
yes.
And
So
his
the chap who
wife.
lives there and his missus, kind
Mm,
of,
kind of.
yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. That'll be
Yeah, we might talk about that a bit
later.
later.
That's
Yeah,
very strange. But
yeah,
yeah, so she's living in this tiny little room and she's not got a huge amount of stuff, and things kind of start to suddenly happen. There's a flood down there, and then she
yeah,
leaves. There's somebody who she sees kind of loitering in the tree
yeah.
line and stuff, and
hmm
it just, all the weird stuff starts happening. So you're kind of assuming the town is gonna let this stepdad in.
Yeah, and she's asking questions. I think she goes after the flood, she goes back to the shop again. She's got costume. She goes back just to get some normal clothes and meets the grandmother.
Oh, the abuela.
Yeah, who starts to tell her some stuff about like she wants some questioning because there's like this myth about why the festival happens, why they celebrate Halloween so much, and there was supposedly like a massacre, but then also sometimes some people say it's to do with the beasts or it's just to do with trying to keep confuse the bad spirits. So there's lots of
Yeah, there's
stuff,
loads of
but
stories going around.
yeah, she doesn't but she's very tight-lipped about it and
Yes.
kind of warns her off a little bit.
Yeah,
But
it's a weird, isn't it? Because it's kind of like she
mm,
doesn't seem to like her, but she does give her a warning. But I think it's because
yeah,
she sees something weird in
she senses
live
something
as well.
different. Yeah,
Mm.
that's it. And and another weird thing is the the weird thing is that the weirdest thing isn't that he's sitting there trying to surveil her, it's that he can't track her
Yes, because
when she
she's,
does
yeah,
when she doesn't have the blue dot there. He can't sense her. So
yes,
he should be able to do that. So there is something a bit different about
yes,
her.
about her. Well,
Getting a
this is it, yeah.
little
So she's at work one night. So she's in this
yeah.
Indian restaurant. So it's a nighttime kind of gig. And she's
hmm
sort of squinting out the window and sees somebody by her car.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, yeah, you realize he's hiding tracking devices on her car. And it's like, yeah. And he's like, oh, this needs doing and that needs doing. Let's take it to the petrol station or the garage or
hmm
whoever friends. And he kind of lifts up the bonnet and he's sticking them in there. They, you know, if she finds one, she's not finding them all. They're all
Yeah.
over the shop.
That's it. Um, yeah, he does that. And at the same time, he tells her about because she's talking to him and she's like, I'm not sure I'm going to stay in the town and what's the point? She's, understandably a little bit fatalistic about stuff.
Yes.
But he's like trying to convince her to stay, and he tells her about this support group that he
Yeah.
runs
Yes.
at
On a
the
Saturday.
church.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she goes along to that the next day and meets the other or
Yeah.
two of the members of
Yeah.
the
Two
crew
of them.
because
Judas,
he's a
as you would
wanderer.
expect from his name, is off and
Yeah,
about.
that's it.
And we don't
He
know
can
what he's
leave.
doing.
They can't leave, these three. So
Yes.
Ghost and we didn't say, did we?
No.
Dragon and Wolf.
Yeah. None
They
of them can leave.
they can't leave the town. It's funny how she doesn't question why they're there for support. These
Yeah,
other
yeah.
two.
One's like the journalist. So there's
Yeah,
snippets that she reads a snippet from the paper.
yeah.
So one is like the lead journalist for the town, and one's like quite a high shot lawyer. And it's
Yeah.
like, what
Why?
are you being
Not that
supported for?
these kind of people can't need a
Can't,
support
no,
group, but they're clearly not there to
no.
discuss
They're having a
anything.
good old laugh and just mugging
Yeah.
off
Yeah.
the ghost because
Mm.
he's obviously a little bit smitten with this woman for various reasons. But yes.
That's it.
Yeah. So yeah, I think if we kind of leap into the first night of when she goes. So yeah, she gets dressed up. She gets dressed up in a car, I think.
She does. She does it in the car park.
Yeah, so wiggles into a car into a corset.
And someone dressed as a vampire comes up and helps her with her corset. Dressed, yes.
My, what sharp teeth you have. Those are very well
done.
Oh,
everybody's got such good costumes.
So cool.
This is what she comes to realise when she goes to the festival. She's like, wow, people really go to town. Those goats. Oh my God, look at their hooves.
Oh. And the ravens. I do love the ravens. I think they're so cool. Yeah. They remind me of the one out of Dumbo. Just
That's a bit questionable these days.
Well, yeah, very much so. But just the camaraderie of them, just all playing around with her and all kind of sharing a joke amongst themselves and pulling her in. That's kind of that side of things.
The crew. Although it's one of those things where it's like sometimes it's crows, sometimes it's raven. She meets someone who just calls themselves Raven.
Yes.
But they're also described as crows, and they're two different things.
Yeah, one's much bigger.
Yeah, one's much bigger. But they just lump it all in together. Anyway.
Maybe it's a very British thing because they're all around the Tower of London and stuff.
Maybe. Yeah, so she goes and she walks in with the vampire who helped her out with her costume.
Esmeralda, I think.
Esmeralda, yeah, cool
super name.
And she meets another vampire who she's not so keen on, but he freaks out because someone is loitering behind her shoulder. He's all there's like a skeletal man there. Doesn't speak. He's just there,
obviously,
giving evil eyes,
brooding.
Yeah,
background.
That's it. Wonder who that could be. So that Vincent, that vampire,
is the vampire.
He makes another Vinny baby vampire. I didn't find him. He didn't seem as sexy.
No, frankly. No, he was not a sexy Vin.
And so he runs, and that keeps kind of happening. Apart from Raven, she makes friends with Raven. She goes to hang out with them, but she can still see this skeleton dude just staring
over there.
So she goes down to confront him, doesn't she?
Yeah, damn straight she does. Why would you not? You've got this Jack Skellington dude kind of loitering at the back. And
is that how you pictured him?
Of course,
a lot skinnier.
No, he's bulkier than Jack. He's got more hair as well. He's not just like a scald head.
Did he have like a hoodie on to hide the hair?
I don't know. I think no, because his blue-black hair is kind of floppy. Okay. He has floppy blue-black hair.
Floppy blue-black.
Yeah.
I feel like that could be the name.
Yeah, floppy
blue-black. No, not relevant to anything, but it's just a good phrase. I like it. Just works.
If you have dark blue-black hair, you have to have really bright blue eyes. And it has to be floppy in the front. That's just a given. Sorry if you are, and very pale skin, just because has to be done. I digress into my own little world. So they share a dance.
That's completely silent dance.
He doesn't say a word. And
then that's it.
She goes to kind of confront him, and then he's gone. He's off.
Part ways.
And that's where we're parting ways.
Yeah, that's where we're going to get into our spinny wheel topic. So what one have we got first? Catnip tropes.
Catnip.
Let's do it.
So tropes.
Catnip tropes.
Catnip tropes. So we were discussing last week after the episode, is Halloween a trope? Because it is kind of something that I would pick for me.
Yeah, I mean, to my mind, right? So this book is probably, anyone who's been listening to the podcast for a while will know that this is a book that leans more towards Jess than it does towards me.
Emma, yes.
Me. Emma, Mama. Right. So the tropes for me are not really based in like the romance type area. So normally I'd be like, oh, romance trope of like only one bed or blah blah blah. But definitely this hits like small town trope.
Yes.
And like mysterious folklore. I do love a bit of folklore, like a mystery story that like, you don't know what the origins of it
where's what
are
where.
and how it infiltrates into like modern day. Yeah. So those are my kind of tropes from it that like I really enjoyed. As I was reading it, I was like, this is cool. It's like Eerie, Indiana.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah, that's
Hocus
very
Pocus.
much in there.
If you love that vibe,
It's
then,
definitely in
yeah.
there. Ooh,
I think there's something called Halloween Town, isn't there? But I've never seen it that a lot of people love.
See, I should watch more TV because there's probably many things that I'm missing in life.
Yeah, I think it's an older thing. I know some people have mentioned
like
it. Yeah, but we obviously missed that one.
Yeah, we
when
missed
we
that
were
window.
young. Yeah, but it's like other people's area of nostalgia.
Yeah, unfortunately, mine sort of hit Peppa Pig and stuff. That's my nostalgia.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, there's a forced proximity there for the fact that they can't leave.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
That kind of, there was a hint of that in there. That
Mm-hmm.
even though they try at bits in the book later on, he tries to stay away from her, but you can't when it's a small town and there's not many places to go.
Yeah, that's like the kind of small so like usually when I would say small town trope, I'd be thinking like, oh, it's a cute little beach town and stuff like that. That's normally stuff.
This is Halloween Town.
The same kind of things apply basically in that, yeah, you turn a corner and everybody knows each other and everybody knows what you've been doing. And and there is that element of welcoming in as well, despite the fact that she's an outsider and there's like some weird sometimes weird suspicions about her, or but mostly people are like, oh cool, come and join us, have a dance, we might want to suck your blood, we might not. It's like she don't know that at the time. But like when she goes to the shop and she meets like the granddaughter, and that she's very friendly, and in the diner that they go to a fair.
Oh yeah, the waitress. So, she's lovely.
Yeah, the waitress is nice and she jokes around with the boys and stuff like that. They're a little bit the same. Like sometimes they're liked, sometimes they're not liked. It's a bit 50-50.
It's kind of they are those people that they're the ones that are a little bit higher in the station to you, so you kind of know of them, but you can't approach them.
Yeah,
because they might eat your face or other parts of you.
But that's the thing. Yeah, every corner she turns, there's someone there that knows some story or knows what's going on when she doesn't.
That would be the thing. That would be the frustrating thing for me. I just end up standing in the square, just screaming.
Yeah, what is going on?
Yeah, please.
That's like me when my kids are arguing upstairs. Just what the hell's going on? What is it?
God. If I screamed at them like I have to with my kids sometimes, I don't think they'd want me to stay. They'd be pushing me back out.
You can
Ashgrove
go.
doesn't want you anymore.
Would just eject you. You just go flying. She's too evil for us. Come over in here.
Yeah, go down that one over there.
Yeah.
But yes, so there's a few things interlinking in there, but
there were not any other tropes for you?
No, I think those were not. I mean, you always kind of get the aspects of the fatedness from people when they kind of go there, and there's always that instant connection.
Yeah.
But that is kind of just a big fantasy thing. And I just see that in every book I read anyway, so it's fine.
So I guess next we go on to fan casting, don't we?
We do.
I'm looking forward to this, if that grin is anything to go by.
Oh, it was so funny trying to do this. But yes, let's get into that.
Okay, let's do it.
So, okay,
we got fan casting again. I've got to say, this is much harder. You know, when everybody moans about like, oh, they've cast the wrong person in the film, blah blah.
Well, this is
really bloody hard. That's why.
Yeah, well, this is it. I've done it. So let's see if I can. Oh,
Ah.
that's not what I need. Wrong one there. Where did I put it?
Quick, what's she got on her screen?
There's so much rubbish on here. Okay, so let me open up. I know they're quite pretty and value. Okay, so you can see where I put all my stuff. So this,
yeah,
this is what I have.
Oh,
Okay,
I like your
so,
onyx. Kind of wish I'd done that.
Okay. Oh, I don't need your in the way for everybody else, but yeah. Okay. So this
Sorry,
is what I did.
Thirsty there.
Yeah. So I went through everybody, and we don't get a huge with Judas. So he's my
No.
one that makes me giggle. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
with Ghost, he had the dark hair, the blue eyes. It had to be Ian Sommerfeld because he was just those eyes
Okay.
did it for me.
Interesting. I debated him.
Oh,
Yeah,
did you?
I
For the
did.
same person?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
right. Then I was going to say someone totally different. Okay, Sebastian Stan, because he has to be in everything. If I had a slightly darker character, it would have been Bucky because it always is. Anybody who loves the Marvel will know. Yeah, Oscar Isaac again. Onyx, he's got that vibe to him, hasn't he? He's the lawyer. He's very cocksure. He's an awesome chappy.
Yeah, I can see, like, if you've watched Moon Knight and you've seen like his when he's like he does such a good job in that between being really, really confident and then really, really bumbly.
Oh,
So,
is he? Oh, I need to
have you
into
not
that
seen
then.
Moon Knight?
No, again, my time is just, I need to make better timings of things.
It's all right. You don't have to apologize for not watching telly. It's
Yeah.
fine.
But missing Oscar Isaac, that seems to be something I should apologize for generally.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Blythe was a tricky one. She was my last pick.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of trying to find somebody who's a bit meek and mild, but then kind of grows as we get into it. And I was a big True Blood fan and other books, the Stucky books. And so Deborah Ann Wall as Jessica was fantastic. And I think she did have red hair as well, I think.
I think she's got brown hair, light brown hair. But it's all right. They dye their hair. It's fine.
So she kind of leapt out when I was kind of sitting and having to think of somebody who grew as a character and became really badass. And I really want one that we can do for Pam because I loved Pam so much.
She was so cool.
Oh, so wicked. So my thing was Devil. So Judas is called the Devil, and as you read through the book, he's in it like twice, and he's big and he's epic and he's silent. So the first thing in my head was picking like wrestlers, somebody who's huge. So Dave Bautista was in my head at first, and I've not long ago seen Cabin in the Woods, and in that he has got this real scary ass presence, but there is something behind that really makes you stop and think, okay, there's more to him that you need to find. And then or the Tom Hardy effect with Bane. So again, very
can't understand what he's saying. Says very little.
That's just Tom Hardy in general. That's just Tom
Hardy,
But the problem I have is whenever I think of those people, I'm hoping you can all still see this. We got
a backup.
I have this problem. So, unfortunately,
this is Jen. I love Venom so much. So funny.
Both of those characters bring this out in me.
I know. So, this is it. Obviously, I was thinking of Drax. So my head didn't go there. I've not seen him in anything scary because I don't do scary. And obviously, Tom Hardy, like Venom.
Imagine if Devil turns up in his book that he did that. It would ruin it. I would catch it. It would not go over my head.
We had a discussion, didn't we, not long ago about like how we would totally just watch a mini series of Venom just doing just household everyday things, just going to the shops and things. Yeah, because cleaning the films are all right, but it's just them that carries it. And it's like...
If Venom was on TikTok, it would get so many likes.
Amazing. Yeah.
So
I can see why you went there.
That's my problem,
isn't it? You sort of have one idea, but then like other associations come in and like, I think I like yours better than mine.
Oh, okay. Well, let's pick yours.
I struggled with mine a little bit, and I have to
So tricky.
say, I'm sorry, I'm kind of trolling you a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Well, you will see
Fine.
why. Okay, so I'm gonna do my Amy's and Blythe first.
Oh, okay.
I just did them on two separate, and that's why, because I went for Henry Cavill. And I know
Ah,
you're not a fan.
not a big
So it was
fan.
like, but it was the same
Oh,
sort of thing. It was like big guy, you
yes.
know, dark hair, blue eyes, has that
I can see the
presence.
appeal, yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. We won't go into the
Even
questionable
the
status
glasses.
as well, even that
No.
far. Anyway, and then I went for
Scarlett,
Scarlett
yeah,
Johansson
that's a yes. I can see that
because,
very much.
yeah, I think I was thinking with Blythe, kind of like you, she's got that innocence, but then also
Kick your ass.
possibly, yeah, badassness that will come
Mm.
later. She's a lot smaller. So Blythe is like
She is a
size
bigger,
prep as well, isn't she?
yeah,
She's
yeah,
she's
plus size.
yeah, plus size.
But
Um
unfortunately, trying to find the plus sizes is not as easy as it
well,
should be.
yeah, that's the thing. It's not like you go around going, "Oh, what size is this
Yeah,
woman?"
yeah,
And try and find out. So, I mean, yeah, Scarlett Johansson's she's curvier. I mean, I'm sure she's probably tiny in real life
yes,
as well. But in terms of, being on the screen. And then I only did Dragon and Wolf for the other one.
yes, because
Um,
probably for the best.
Yeah, but because see, I didn't necessarily pick the dragon that I would have liked. I picked it to match kind of with Ghost because
Oh,
they
okay.
said that they look almost like brothers, don't
Oh,
they?
okay. Oh, I stayed away from that.
You stayed away from that. You just got
I
what you
just went.
wanted.
"Hmm,
Yeah, fair enough. Right, let's find me other one. So I went for Matt Bomer because he's like often said to
I
seem
can
very
see,
much like
yes.
Henry Cavill,
See,
but
I
he's a
had a
little bit slicker,
yes.
which is what Onyx is
Mm,
supposed to be like, isn't it?
yes.
And then obviously
The Momoa was in my head as well.
Jason, because he's tall and he's got the long hair and he's big,
Yeah.
but then also because of this picture right at the bottom,
Yeah.
it's totally the vibe
Grr.
of
Yeah.
how he is in the group
Come and
with,
jump on your back. Yeah.
yeah, with Henry Cavill as well. It's like
Oh,
perfect. So yeah,
really does.
I went very superhero
Yes,
orientated too.
but this is it. When you're thinking of the big guys, that's where the brain kind of
Yeah.
automatically goes these days.
I was going to take it away, but I thought it's Jason Momoa.
It's
We could
fine.
leave
Just
him on
leave
the
it there for
screen a
me.
little bit longer,
Yeah,
couldn't
it's all
we?
good.
Yeah. Okay. So that was fan casting. There
Oh,
we go.
it was a good one. I like it. I like this
Yeah.
one. I don't think we
Well,
could do it if it comes around a third time.
yeah.
Well, but maybe we
Yeah,
can.
that's it. I think if we've done them twice, then maybe leave them out for a week or
But
something,
yes,
or two. We'll
or
see
seven. Yeah, we'll see.
how it goes.
Yeah, let's
So
move on to number
next,
three. The
romance.
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 We haven't yet mentioned that this is a YQ story.
We have not. I kind of
No.
felt this was a good place to mention
Yes.
it,
Yeah.
actually.
Well, it kind of isn't yet at the end of book one.
Yeah. This is interesting. I saw some discussion because I don't read lots of why choose. I read a few. But I heard there's a difference as well between why choose and polyamory. So
Yes.
yeah, which I wasn't aware of because I don't read a lot of it. So there's a difference in polyamorous, it's more like deceived by the gargoyles.
Hmm.
Is that right? And it's like there's a group and they're all
Yeah,
gonna
all
have,
interlinked. Yes.
yeah, they all have different relationships with each other, but they're all part of it together.
Yes.
They all have feelings for each
So
other.
when you read your books and you get MMFF or
Hmm.
MFMF, that is kind of more your joining,
Okay.
crossing swords and the like.
Yes. But why choose is more about just the
A
heroine.
central
She
character.
doesn't need to pick. She can have
No.
them all.
Any
Right.
hole's a goal, people. And they
That's it.
all give you 10 points.
That's not going to be the title of the podcast. I do draw the
Oh,
line there.
any hole's a goal is a
Any holes
fantastic.
a go. Yeah. Well, I think we don't want it to get banned. That's all. Yeah. So And that surprised me because I think I've read more sort of polyamorous ones when I read
Yes.
them. So I was surprised in that this book is just focusing on Blythe and Amy's together.
Yes. Well, yeah, you read through the book and it does seem that it's not going to go far, because even though Wolf and Onyx are interested, Amy's is like, no,
Yeah.
she's mine.
Yeah.
You are not. Step away. But
Yeah. And I think very much so the romance in this. I mean, I was surprised by how kind of slow, I wouldn't even say slow burning, just slow it is,
Yes.
because you don't get so much of a burn,
No.
I don't think, because they kind of he doesn't want to be involved at all. He just doesn't think, nah, it's not.
No,
He doesn't.
no,
do
he's
it.
kind of, he thinks that he's like damned and he's not a good
Yeah,
person. So
yeah.
he
He
doesn't
can't
want
possibly.
to, tie her to him.
Whereas she's fantasizing about him from the off.
Day one, yeah. On the couch.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, hello, you're attractive. On the couch already. I see.
But it takes a while for him to kind of give in to those feelings. So
yeah,
that surprised me as well, because again, when I'm used to the polyamorous ones, I think because there's so many relationship dynamics to get into the book, you get into everything fairly quickly. Yeah, and I think romance-wise, it definitely is centered around the romantic aspects are to do with being possessive and protecting and stuff. So if you like alpha,
yeah, touch her, I kill you sort of vibes.
Yeah, kill you, whole town, whatever.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Already have once, do it again. It's fine.
Because for me, like, well, nothing says romance more than going for a date in a cave filled with bat poo. That's later on when they actually have a date. He takes her to a cave full of bats. Aww. And all I could think about was like Ace Ventura, the second film. It's just it's the guana. Yeah, it stinks, and he's like, ugh.
So, you have to be of a certain age to kind of pull those references. So it's very good. Yeah, definitely. I'm there as well.
Of a certain age could probably also be a podcast.
Yeah.
Because that's a different podcast we're going to have of a certain age, where we just talk about all the references we can't bring in
that we can't
do this episode.
It's been a very nostalgic week this week.
It has, definitely. So,
but yes, no, I'm with you on all of that. It wasn't slow burn. It was just, it's kind of like, what's it? It's kaboom. It's that. Yeah. It's there.
Once it gives in.
Yeah. Boom. On a grave.
Yeah.
On his grave.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going back.
I need to dig out the conversations we had in our messenger about cemetery sex and bring those up again when we're advertising this episode.
Yeah.
Because I didn't weirdly, I hadn't thought they were going to have sex in the cemetery.
No, I assumed it would be in the spooky church they lived at, because he does live in the spooky church. He has an agreement with the vicar. And
they do go in the church though, don't they?
They do, yeah, obviously. Well, after the floodgates are opened, you can't close those floodgates.
And that, in speaking of the church, that probably leads us on to secondary characters. Yeah. Okay, let's go for it.
So, secondary characters, that's what we're doing. We've discussed them quite a lot throughout the book.
A little bit, through bits and pieces. But yes, I gotta say, like, I really like the dragon. It's my favorite.
Yes. He's book 2, isn't he? He's next.
He is, yeah. So I need to kind of that one eventually.
They have given him more backstory that you're kind of like, ooh. So he is half dragon, half vampire.
I know. And he has like a magic touch as well.
And he can kind of
give you all the
good feels.
Yeah.
And he can also make you sleep, which is super useful at times.
Very, yeah. I mean, if he was willing to come and do that to the kids, to make them go sleep, then we can have a lot more fun.
But he doesn't know his parents. And he can't leave to find them.
Which made me a little bit like, so he almost looks like a brother of
Ghost.
Yeah. Is that anything to do with
Yeah.
the lost
Oh,
parents, possibly?
Ghost is like one of 15 or something, isn't he? I think
I
it
don't
said
know,
he had.
maybe. I mean, he could
Yeah,
have been one and he just lost track.
yeah, just
you know?
one. It's like, yeah, imagine getting on the coach. 1, 2. It's like Home
Yeah.
Alone. 1, 2,
Yeah,
3,
yeah.
4. Yeah, we've got everyone. No, I
Yeah.
think 7 brothers and 7 sisters he had. The Ghost.
That's a different
That's a
thing.
totally different story.
Yeah.
They can't marry though. They're siblings. That would be wrong. Not in some books, but
not in some books. Not the books
genetically,
we
it's
read.
not.
We don't go
No,
there with those
no, we
ones.
don't get that
We
far.
have a line,
Genetically,
and
it's
that is it.
problematic. Yeah, my taboo only goes so far.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
he's a bit of a smart ass as well, isn't he? He's
yes,
like
he is.
cocky, and I always like that. Like,
Yeah,
yeah. As you know from one of your characters,
yes,
Jess. We're going to do a
he's
little
coming up.
plug of
Yes,
one of Jess's books that will be
yeah, it's
coming
not.
out
Yeah,
soon.
book 2. So you have to
Yes.
read book 1 first when that
He's
comes out
only
soon.
enough in book 1. Van, everybody, watch out. Van's coming your way. He's amazing.
He's very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we also have Wolf, who is part
Yeah.
of the Wolf Pack. And that
Yeah.
was quite a nice thing as well. They've all got their little personalities, which is what you
Mhm.
get from the White Choosers. You get the stern one, you get the sunshiny one, you get the grumpy one. And yet Wolf is the fun, childish, charismatic,
Yeah.
bouncy one. And he's
quite cheeky too, isn't he?
Yes, he really is. But the what is different with this is that the alphas in the pack are all female. So all the men are cooking and cleaning and running around, and the women are sat there around the fire, ruling.
Yeah.
It was really cool. I did quite like that.
That was good. Yeah, I like that too.
But yeah, there's just Devil, who is Judas, who basically we don't know a huge amount about. He's the only one who can leave. And he does to do something.
He's searching for someone, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think that was mentioned. He's looking for someone. We don't know who.
Mm-hmm.
And when he's a devil, there's obviously more than one devil in the way. He's not the ultimate devil. He is like a demon, I guess.
Ultimate devil.
Yeah,
that
sounds
it.
like
a
the
wicked
ultimate
TV
one that's
show.
in charge. Yeah. We're just planning all of these productions.
all of the demons. Send me an email.
Yeah.
And we'll get this show put on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, those were the main ones. But yeah, I think that there are a few familiars. So Ghost has his familiar cat. Who is a cat, and she is feisty as anything. She's
embodies cat energy.
Yes. She like gives him a swipe when he's being a dick.
Yeah.
And it's so funny.
Yeah,
but yeah,
was a
there's
cool
loads
little
of people.
dynamic.
It really was. And the ravens were, so the raven, we figure out he's her familiar, which is weird because she shouldn't have one because she's not a witch. The witches do kind of pull her into a tranquil pool and try and figure out what is going on with her as to why nobody can sense her.
Yeah, Raven's very sweet. I liked Raven.
I need one of those just to
We never saw him just as a person, though,
as a human.
He was always in costume, or he shifts actually into being the bird. So don't know what he looks like, because I was thinking of fan casting and I was like, well, I can't because I don't know what he looks like.
No, he's got a beak.
Just a picture of a raven. There we go. Fan casted that one.
Weirdly, it matched mine.
It's amazing.
That's what I was picturing.
Great minds.
So there's a load of people going on and about, and they're all really cool. So yeah, book 2 will be interesting to read to see how
what happens with that, and how it progresses with them all managing to have this relationship and get involved.
Well, there is a little bit of cross swords between Wolf and Onyx. We didn't mention that in the other bit.
Yes,
there is the moment in the church.
Yeah, and there's been comments that they've had they have
all
had
of them maybe have done
moments. You've been alive. I don't know if we've ever said
years,
this,
isn't it?
But they've been alive for a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah,
the witches don't want to play with them because they're not that keen on them.
Yeah,
the vampires keep to themselves. Yeah.
Well,
any hole's a goal.
Here we go again. She's determined to make just in brackets underneath.
Yeah, you're just going to call it like the basic one now. Yeah. But yeah, so that's it. That is Ghost.
That's it. Lovely. So we're going to go on to our spinny wheel of awesome next.
Spinny
wheel.
So spinny wheel of awesome.
spinny wheel. Here we go. So our book next week is going to be Seducing the Sheriff of Nottingham by Cassandra Gannon. And the link to it is Falling for Your Stalker. Because why wouldn't you? Yeah, stalkers.
Well, this is
stalkery vibe.
Yeah. If TikTok is your social platform of choice, if you have not seen Hunting and or Haunting Adeline out there, then where have you been?
Yeah, definitely seen it. Not read it, but
yeah, Stalker Central. So we're going a different route because there's loads of stalker books out there.
Yeah. Do you want to go first with your spinny wheel?
I can do my spinny first. All right.
Spinny. I've got my pen for a change.
Have you got I don't have bras on this week. I have the highway code, which is weird because
I thought you were just telling me personally you didn't have your bra on. I was like, too much information. Don't need to know that. It's fine. You do you.
Yeah. Usually do at the end of the day, just ending. Yeah, at the end of the day. Yeah. Which is weird because I passed my test ages ago. All right, so number 2. Hey, number 2.
Okay. Have we got it up on the screen? Are you going?
I am going. I'm moving.
Oh, I can't see it.
Can you not? Oh, have I not done it? Oh, it's villains. You've just got my face.
It's villains. Oh, we just got your face.
I shared it.
Oh, we didn't get to see your spinning wheel. Villains.
Villains and endings.
That will be an interesting one to do for that.
It will be. Well, he is the Sheriff of Nottingham.
He's the Sheriff of Nottingham.
Yeah. Can your main character be the villain? Of course he can. Best type. But your turn now.
As we've just talked about a book full of serial killers.
Full of serial killers.
Absolutely. Not a problem.
I did watch Dexter, so that says something about me.
Okay. You got your second one yet?
Villains ending.
Oh.
Yeah, ending. Sorry. Ending was first. I was just, my spinning wheel wasn't showing. I don't know why my share didn't work.
For it. And I said, oh, sad. Right, I'll do mine. There we go.
Yeah, you know what you're doing.
Ish. Let's have a look. What we got? Oh, dialogue and banter. We're getting different ones today.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Right, I had that one. Spin again. I went back to my old wheel.
I was going to say why.
To change it up.
Mix and match.
Just to see.
Well, world building.
Are we supposed to have world building, or did we take that out?
It's there now.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
It's in. Oh no, we took out magic systems. That was
we did. Oh yeah. Yeah, because if they don't have a magic system, it's very difficult to try and make things work. It's very if we do particular magic. Then we're well away with it. So
and also generally if there's magic, it tends to be just like tied into the plot. So you've usually talked about it all anyway.
Yeah. If we get one very specific that would work with that, we can shove him back in. But so we have our 4.
We do.
For episode 4.
No fan casting this time.
No. We'll keep that for week 6.
Yeah.
But so that's it. Thank you for joining us. It has always been a pleasure from us. So come and find us in all the places. Emma knows them.
Oh, do I? The Twitter places and the Instagram places and the TikTok places? Yes, that's right. The SFF Romcast. Well, yeah.
So if you want to have a listen on Spotify, we're there too. We are on the YouTube, so you can see our beautiful faces.
Yeah. You can read the captions. You can get your captions there as well.
Yes, we do. If there's any other things, then let us know. But we've tried to accommodate all people if we can.
We do our best. Okay. Yeah, lovely. And we'll hopefully see you next week.
You shall do.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.